gonna break it. Life's a game and I'm the very best. Whoa. In my blood, in my veins, I'm born to reign. You're not gonna stop me now.
It has been some WSL season, and both the race for the title and the battle for survival have gone down to the wire. It will all be decided today, so sit back and enjoy the ride. Chelsea have the title in their hands, a win against Reading, and they will be champions for the second successive season. But slip up and Manchester City could pit them if they can get 3 points against West Ham. At the other end, Bristol City must beat Brighton to give themselves a chance of staying in the WSL. Aston Villa are away to Arsenal, who secured their Champions League place midweek. A win for Bristol City means that they must also get a result. While Birmingham City have been dragged right into it after a point deduction, they face Tottenham. A win will guarantee their safety. So much drama to unfold over the afternoon. We're here at Kings Meadow to see if Chelsea can continue their impressive season by lifting the title. Alongside me, Rachel Yankee. Rachel, it's a really exciting afternoon. We've been treated to some brilliant football across the whole season, but to end like this is exactly what you want.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, at the top of the table, you've got two that are in there and possibly could win it, but down the bottom, it's just as exciting. 1 from 3 is going to go, so it's a nervous time for these teams.
Any predictions at all?
I think I do think Chelsea have got the hardest game out of Chelsea and Man City, but I think Chelsea have got enough quality that they will win the title. And I don't know. I think it's looking hard for Bristol, but you never know. There could be a slip up from another team.
Yes, anything can happen across the afternoon. We start with the battle at the top. A win for Chelsea and they will be champions. But if Chelsea draw and Manchester City win by 4 or more goals, or Chelsea lose and City win, the title will go to Manchester. Got that? Right, let's go for the final leg of this season's dramatic title race.
Absolutely beautiful from Pernilla Harder.
That is outrageous from Caroline Weir. Curry's there and Chelsea lead. And Lauren Hemp was equalised for Manchester City.
In all WSL fixtures across the country, a minute's applause took place in memory of Julie Chipchase, a pioneer of the women's game who sadly passed away on Tuesday after a short illness. She will be remembered by so many, particularly at her beloved Donny Bells. Talking you through the 90 minutes that will decide who will be champions. At West Ham against Manchester City, it's Robin Cowan, while here at Chelsea, describing the action, Lucy Ward alongside Adam Somerton.
Chelsea's fate firmly in their own hands. Avoid any slip-up today, and they'll win the WSL for a 4th time. Both Reading and the champions beat Reading, and the champions, of course, guaranteed to retain the title. Anything less, and it opens the door for Manchester City, who are at West Ham. Reading come here with only 6th place to play for. No pressure on the Royals, but Farrah Williams will wish, of course, to end her wonderful career on a high at the home of the club where it all began for England's most capped footballer. Charles looking to keep this in, and she has, and Harder was there and so was Kerr, and it's a corner.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Niamh Charles at full back, either left or right, getting herself forward and up and beyond, but that's an early chance for Chelsea.
Carter then to take the corner. Leupolz hit it, and what a start! The champions in front with just over a minute gone at Kings Meadow.
And that's a really well worked corner. Leupolz on the edge of the area just makes that movement. Maloney won't particularly be happy about that in terms of the save, but there's a lot of bodies in front of her, and it's good connection. And Leupolz in the end.
The news from Kings Meadow is not good for Gareth Taylor and Manchester City. Chelsea have already scored against Reading, which means it will be out of his side's hands. Oh, chance here for Manchester City. Becky is racing clear. And Becky probably should have squared that to Ellen White. It was a good save by Mackenzie Arnold, but the higher percentage chance of a goal would have been to lay it off for Ellen White, who was completely free as a bird. Well read by Sissoko. Oh, what a run. The centre half striding forward. Dali on the overlap. Here is Kenza Dali. Pacheco has made her way into the penalty area. Dali with the cross. Sissoko! Oh, so close. Picked the right pass and then was nearly on the end of this cross from Kenza Dali. It would have been spectacular. Meanwhile, Manchester City win another corner. It's a low corner in. Once again, West Ham defend the initial one. Here's Caroline Weir off the bar and wide from Ellen White. Mewis with a header and then Weir rattling the crossbar. Oh, Mewis evades the swiping leg of Kate Longhurst. Becky, free header for Hemp. Oh, what a save! Incredible! Mackenzie Arnold somehow keeps out Caroline Weir. Point blank range. West Ham making Manchester City work for this. Oh, goalkeeper's come. She hasn't got there, and it's a penalty. Well, you could see that coming a mile off. Didn't get any of the ball. I think she'd argue that she couldn't really move out the way, but the arguments won't make any difference. It is a penalty to Manchester City. Here is Mewis. It's Mewis. That's a brilliant save by Arnold. More than makes up for her error. Wasn't a bad penalty at all. Scuttling away to her right. Really good save by Mackenzie Arnold.
They look like they mean business, Chelsea, and they know that their fate is very much in their own hands. Beat Reading, and there's nothing that Manchester City can do about it. As Kerr looks to get in behind here, and Kirby! Well, how apt that those two should link up on the final day of the season. It's the 50th goal that they've scored between them this season. Kerr to Kirby, all smiles from Emma Hayes.
It's well won back by Harder initially, but then picking it up in those spaces. She's been played onside there, Kerr, but she already knows where the two of them are going to be. And that is a really, really good finish from Fran Kirby. It's good movement. She passes the ball out to Kerr, and then she busts the gut, doesn't she, to get in the box, and that's a terrific finish.
They were always heavy favourites coming into this final day to secure the title. And it couldn't have gone much better for them, really, this first 45, as Harder finds Kirby. Lovely Chelsea move. Ingle, Harder! What a goal that would have been.
Yeah, some brilliant movement again from the Chelsea players. 1- and 2-touch football, so difficult to defend against. So technically good.
It's a great switch from Greenwood. Find her England teammate, Lucy Bronze. Nearly caught Mackenzie Arnold out. Not sure she meant that, but Arnold saw it all the way. She can't have been expecting that. Oh, and the header on the top of the crossbar. And again! Incredible. Twice in a couple of seconds, and the third time Manchester City have hit the woodwork. It is just not going in. Morgan with the first one, then Mewis.
Bartrip, formerly of Arsenal. And hit early by James and deflected behind for a corner. It's been a pretty bright start to the second half from Reading.
Yeah, it is. I think those three midfielders, Rowe, James and Farrell Williams, played really, really well. in the first half. Just an opportunity there and a strike on goal, but it's well defended.
Williams into the near post and Carter. Aaron Williams with another ball in and just kept out that by Berger.
I'll give her the credit that she just saw that gap appear at the near post and she can strike a ball. We talk about that really, really well.
Kerr. Kirby's arriving in support, so's Pernilla Harder. No surprise that Kerr looks for Kirby! Another one for Frank Kirby. Another one set up by Sam Kerr. And surely now the champions have sealed the deal.
This strike is really, really good. Absolutely no chance, Maloney. That's what Frank Kirby's all about. She takes a touch, she finds the space, and then she powers it past the Reading goalkeeper.
Chelsea running away with it, running away with the title. 3-0 they lead Reading. Manchester City are just going to fall short. Oh, Sissoko, the first mistake she's made today. Could it be costly? Yes, it is. Ellen White puts it in the back of the net. Manchester City finally get on the score sheet. West Ham's resistance finally broken. Stolen by Bronze. And a really good, controlled finish by Ellen White.
Barcelona, no doubt, in the back of many people's minds at Chelsea right now. That Champions League final a week today. Kirby with the ball up towards Kerr! It's just ridiculous how many times these two link up. A telepathic understanding. And Sam Kerr, the WSL's top scorer, surely will seal the golden boot today. And it just gets better and better.
What a clever little ball that is from Kirby. It only needs one touch. And Sam Kerr has really come on to a season, hasn't she, in terms of her performances and goal outputs. Terrific goal scorer.
James. Intercepted by Blundell. Cuthbert with the run outside of her. Here's Cuthbert.
Man City's quality this season have pushed this Chelsea side to be as good as they are.
Good save, but Cuthbert's there to try and turn it in. And has it gone over the line? It has. It's Erin Cuthbert now who comes off the bench to add the fifth at Kingsmeadow.
Just couldn't keep hold of it. Maloney gone way over the line. Disappointing for Reading, really, because they have put up a fight. It's a really good save initially, and the defenders just couldn't clear it for her.
Next up for West Ham is Manchester City next week in the FA Cup, and that's going to be a penalty to Manchester City. Lucy Bronze just too quick. An easy decision for the referee to make. This to make it much more comfortable then for Manchester City. It's Lavelle. Oh, and it's saved again! Can you believe it? Mackenzie Arnold. A second penalty save in the same game. Unbelievable from the goalkeeper. She so deserves that clean sheet. She's not going to get it, but so much credit to her. Very subtle shake of the head. All over, and a muted celebrations really from Manchester City. It's not enough to take the title. They will finish second. It is West Ham United 0, Manchester City 1.
Ingle. Champions. It's back-to-back league titles for Emma Hayes' Chelsea. A team with trophy tunnel vision, serial winners, mentality monsters. Only the second club ever to win the WSL 2 seasons running. They are England's best again. Frank Kirby, the player of the match. 2 goals for her. Roy Poltz, Kerr and Cuthbert with the others. Now Chelsea can focus on becoming champions of Europe for the first time.
Really, really happy. I think You know, I think the performance today wasn't our best, but we were ruthless when we needed to be, and yeah, everyone's buzzing. I've loved every minute of it. I've loved playing football again. I've loved being part of this team, and yeah, I've just found a new love for it, and it's really special.
It was stop-start, and that's hard, especially for a striker. I feel like no rhythm and all those types of things, but yeah, we knew when we came back in this time that we wanted to lift that trophy for real this time, and I think then when we all sat in our apartments during the Christmas break and New Year's, we said we're not finishing this season without winning every trophy. So that's our plan. We've got 2 more to go, and yeah, it's amazing right now.
There's still a sense of pride of taking it to the final game. Congratulations to Chelsea. You know, I think they've been a worthy champion this season. I think their, strength in depth is very good, and they've been doing this for a long time, and we've grown a lot. And I've said that we're a work in progress. So I think there's a lot of pride in how we've handled ourselves and how we've played this season.
Now the most successful club in WSL history. No one has won it more often, as the skipper prepares to take her medal and then the trophy. The title retained. The trophy is staying put at Kings Meadow. Now attention turns to Europe and the ultimate prize. A Champions League final to come this time next week. But today is all about their bread and butter, about being England's best. Chelsea are champions again. The 2021 title is theirs, and they will hope that there's still more silverware to come.
So 5 goals on the day, a record 4th WSL title, and a very happy Emma Hayes, I'm sure, and another shiny medal.
Yeah, no, it's a nice one. It looks like Superman on the front of it. So my son Harry's going to have a field day with that. I'll get him dressed up, put it on. Perfect.
Brilliant stuff yet again, though. It's been an incredible couple of weeks, balancing up all the competitions. Your success in one, and you're having to get back on it and get into the next competition. It must feel like a bit of a whirlwind.
This week was hard, I won't lie. Sunday took everything out of everyone, so Monday and Tuesday was tricky. Wednesday for the game had to make changes. You think that we cover Thursday, off Friday, one training day, then into that, and I still thought we looked sluggish. But the quality in the team means that no matter who plays, even when we're not at our best, we've got players that can come into the game, and I thought the bench again showed why we have the depth we do.
Yeah, you needed a fast start. You certainly got it. The fastest goal in the WSL this season.
Yeah,
but
she made the set-piece routine up, Melanie Leopold. She wasn't supposed to do that, so I'm so delighted she did.
And then when you have a partnership like Sam Kerr and Fran Kirby, it's always a bonus, isn't it?
The team really wanted Sam to win the Golden Boot today, and it's the reason I left her on the pitch, because I felt that I wanted her to get that. But the sublime chip from Fran, I think, for the first goal, ridiculous. Second goal, that's Fran's goal. Exceptional. The combination play, the 1 and 2 touch play around the box. I felt we got more and more confident as the game went on with that type of play. And we had to break them down because they were extremely low, extremely narrow. But as you see him with this finish, ridiculous. She's so good in front of goal, and she really is.
Yeah, and you mentioned Sam Kerr with the Golden Boot, also the Golden Glove as well for Anne Katzenberger.
Yeah.
Rachel, is this just a complete team now, this Chelsea team that Emma's put together?
Yeah, they're looking good, mate. They're looking
Thanks,
good.
Rach.
I think towards the end of the game as well, some of the 1 and 2 touch passing, they just sort of up to another level, and I think that's what this Chelsea team can do. They can slow it down. And you weren't happy with it with the start, but they can push it on and they can step it up, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
How do you now go back into the mind frame of another really massive game coming up, Champions League final? This really is the one you've been waiting for coming up on Sunday, isn't it?
I don't think you need to get anybody up. It's far from it. You've got to keep everybody calm. That's the most important thing in these weeks. I've been in the winning team before with this person here, so I know what it's like to win in those games. It's a one-off game against Barcelona. It isn't about what necessarily we do this week. It's what we've done this year, last year, all of those things that I think will matter. And we're playing a top team that in their own right have qualities to hurt us, but I believe in this team, and especially going forward, like we've got so many goal threats. I think the confidence is growing. I felt that even from Bayern. Like even when you're in a great team and you don't have the greatest performances, you just know you're going to find ways. That's why I know we're the most dominant team in the country. I feel more confident this season that we can get it done all of the time. And I know we might have to play without the ball some of the time next week, but we got some unbelievable players going forward.
2 down, 2 to go. I'm assuming you haven't been able to have a party yet. It's going to be one heck of a party come the end if you manage to tick off the quadruple.
I stood up in the Islington Town Hall with Rachel Yankee back in 2006, and I remember accepting an award from the council on behalf of Vic, who wasn't there, and I said that winning the quadruple will never be surpassed. And there's a reason for that, because it's extremely difficult to do. So knowing myself, I'm not even going to think about that. I'll just think about getting fresh this week and go for the Champions League next week first.
Absolutely huge congratulations today, Emma, across the whole season.
Thanks.
It's been fantastic to watch you, and all the very best.
Thanks very much.
For Sunday as well coming up. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Well, from the battle at the top to a very tense one at the bottom, Bristol City trail both Aston Villa and Birmingham City by 2 points, so they simply must win away to Brighton today and hope that results elsewhere go their way to remain in the top flight.
Never give up, I'll never give up, never quit. Said I'll never give up, I said I'll never give up.
Bucci, he will try one from distance. What a strike! Penfield whips one in. What a finish!
And it's Anita Asante.
Going to be brought down by Ebony Salmon.
Never give up, I'll never give up, never quit. Said I'll never give up.
And we're underway. Bristol City, who are 8 games without a win, losing 3 of the last 4 in all competitions, know they need to end that run if they are to stand any chance of survival. They've got a good opportunity here with Charlie Wellings, who wins a very early corner for the visitors. It's a decent looking cross that, and Cecilie Fiskerstrand has dropped it. It's Wellings' shot which is blocked, and Brighton just about clear their lines. Onto Emma Coy-Visto, Brazil ahead of her, wheeling in the centre. Slips it through to Brazil, and it's a good challenge on the byline from Gemma Evans. It's a Brighton corner. Corner played short into Brazil, who returns it to Cagman. It's a decent-looking cross. Bagley's there, and it's turned in inside the 6-yard area by Maya Letizia. Well, what a season she's had. But for Bristol City, that's a huge setback. They'll have to come from behind.
Brighton's goal against Bristol City means that Birmingham can maybe breathe a little bit more easily. Let's pull back to Naz on the edge of the area. Got a deflection, might come back to Naz for a second opportunity. And it's easily dealt with by Hannah Hampton.
Still goalless here at Birmingham, still goalless at home to Tottenham. As things stand, Villa and Birmingham safe. Bristol City heading down to the Championship. Mead brings it forward. Lovely pass to Miedemar. Oh, and she hits it straight at Lisa Weiss. What a block. Another sustained period of possession for Arsenal. Williamson over at the top, and Little does really well to head it into her own path and shaped herself so well to get the volley in.
Bristol City taking the chance to press high again, but they're in trouble here. The flick on header from Gemma Evans has presented an opportunity for Ellie Brazil, who can make it too, but Bagley denies her with her feet. Oh, what a chance that was for Ellie Brazil. Still Brighton in the ascendancy, though. It's Cagman's effort which is blocked, and Jana Daniels finally has a chance to clear for Bristol City.
Birmingham able to take it away from just outside their 18-yard box. It's Walker at the other end. Birmingham, Walker goes for a shot that goes straight across the Tottenham goal mouth.
Bristol City needing all 3 points to even be with a chance of survival. Other results are not going their way either, because Aston Villa and Birmingham both drawing. Helps on to Ellie Brazil. Another good-looking cross. In came Koivisto, and now Lee Jae-min in off the crossbar. 3 goals in 2 for Lee Jae-min, and for Bristol City, it's a real uphill battle now. They've made the worst possible start to the second half. On to Salmon, up against Koivisto. Salmon too quick for the Finnish fullback. Her effort blocked by Maya Letizia. Palmer sends it wide to Perfield. Couple of touches out of her feet. Lofted cross, Daniels lurking, back across goal. Abby Harrison's there, it's in. And Bristol City have half the deficit. Abby Harrison off the bench has her first goal since October. And there is life in this Bristol City side still.
Bristol City have pulled a goal back at Brighton. Is the comeback on there? Arsenal keep the pressure on. Mead plays it through to Miedemar. Can she put Arsenal into the lead? Not quite. It's the second clear-cut opportunity she's had, and it's come back to Miedemar. Blocks again. Villa throwing bodies at it.
McManus forward, I think just a little step on the ball, but recovery as Tottenham play it through midfield. Quick pass to Graham. Graham turns it onto a left boot and gets it past Hannah Hampton, and Tottenham take the lead. Coming to kick Graham, a strike with her left boot past Hannah Hampton, and the first goal of the game comes with 20 minutes left to play. It's Birmingham City 0, Tottenham 1.
Well, huge goal in the Midlands. Birmingham 0, Tottenham 1, which means that for the first time this afternoon, if Bristol City are to turn this game around, it would be enough to see them survive. Beautiful turn from Ebony Salmon, driving forward here, up against Letizia. Turned smartly, managed to dig out a shot too, Salmon just wide. Still Brighton in the ascendancy as Koivisto finds Lee. Tried to dig out a cross, Evans was well placed to intercept. And that's a free kick, foul on Simpkins. And you'd have thought if this goes in, that'll be Bristol City all but relegated. And it goes from Cagman, deflected in. Brighton restore their 2-goal lead. And is that the final nail in the coffin for Bristol City? Well, a free kick took a wicked deflection, but Bristol City are back to needing 3 goals.
Brighton have just struck again to go 3-1 up against Bristol City. And that means Bristol City are going to need to score 3 times in the final 14 minutes at the People's Pension Stadium. Van der Donk picks it up though, fires it straight back in, and was there a pull there by Endow? Well, no appeals from Miedemar. Back to Malin Good, tries to find a way through, fires one off the left boot. Villa get bodies in the way once more. Such a resilient performance this from the visiting team. And Syme now, oh, what a run by her. Finds Larson, can Larson put it away? Oh, promising break by Aston Villa.
Skills dives in on Whelan. That's a wonderful ball, and Ebony Salmon could be away here. First touch takes her a little bit wider than she'd have wanted to. Gets the shot away though, Salmon just over the top. Just hasn't quite come off for Ebony Salmon this afternoon. Gibbons to throw forward. It's all over at the People's Pension Stadium. Bristol City's 4-year stay in the Barclays FA Women's Super League has come to an end. Bristol City relegated. It finishes at the People's Pension Stadium. Brighton and Hove Albion 3, Bristol City 1.
And the referee blows the full-time whistle, and Birmingham City will end this season having failed to win a game in this calendar year of 2021. But despite their setbacks and their challenges, they will hang on to play in the Women's Super League next season. It's finished Birmingham City 0, Tottenham 1.
It's been far from a thriller between Arsenal and Villa. It's finished Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 0. Aston Villa stay in the Barclays FA WSL.
We fought for absolutely everything since I've been in, you know, and as much as it's bitterly disappointing, I'm proud of what we've achieved over the last 5 months, but unfortunately, it's just maybe one game, you know, too many for us.
What this will do this season is teach them a lot. It's taught me a lot. I think that they'll forever remember this season because they have had absolutely everything thrown at them, and they've dug deep, and that's a credit to them.
The manner in which we've stayed in the league as well is testament to the staff and players to stay up in which we did, in the manner we did, to go 5 games unbeaten in the WSL with the pressure we had to play under is absolute credit to every single staff member and player connected to the club.
So it is Bristol City that will drop down to the Championship. It's always sad to see one of the teams go down, Rachel, but they have pretty much been swimming against the tide for most of the season, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they gave it a really good fight. It's obviously disappointing. You know, Bristol, I think their fans are brilliant. It's always been a fun place to go and play, but yeah, I think it was, you know, they made a good go of it, but obviously, you know, their results throughout the season haven't been good enough.
Yeah, we can see the disappointment on all their faces. It does mean, though, that Birmingham City survive. It's been a pretty turbulent season on and off the pitch for Birmingham, and I'm sure Carla Ward will just be looking towards next season and thinking, right, it can only get better from here.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, Birmingham have to definitely put this season behind them. They've got through it, and now they need to build. They need to obviously change a lot of things and make sure they have a better relationship with the men's club. And you know, everything now needs to be pushed forward for the right way to obviously bring on their players and help their squad. And hopefully, you know, they can bounce back and be one of the top teams again, because you know, Birmingham City are a massive team in women's football.
Yeah, they have a great history, and I'm sure it'll be a very busy summer for Carla and for everyone at Birmingham City. And when it comes to your former club, Arsenal, Champions League football secured in Joe Montemuro's final season, a fitting end. I'm sure they would have loved a title to send him off with, but Champions League. How big a hole will he leave there, though?
I think it will be big. I think it will be missed, especially by the players. The players seem to really, really like him and want to play for him. I think, you know, they had a bit of a wobble in the season, and then they needed to put a run together to make sure that they secured Champions League football, and they did that, in style. So shame that they couldn't get a win to finish it off and give him a nice send-off today. But, you know, I think he's done a good job.
Yeah, very interesting summer at Arsenal to come for sure. Right, one game left to catch up on today as Manchester United took on Everton. Both teams came so close to something special in the past year. United just missing out on Champions League football, and Everton falling just short in their day at Wembley in what was last season's FA Cup final. Both now looking to end the season strongly, and talking you through this one is Will Robinson.
Everton committing bodies high up the pitch, and it looks like Earps will be forced to go long. Out to the left-hand side where Smith jumped for it. United throw is taken quickly by Press towards Ross. Now Press again. Bit of space now to operate in, and it's a nice ball to the far side, and a first-time shot and a first-time goal. And Manchester United take the early lead. It's Ella Toone once again, such an important player for United this season. The ball comes in and Earps comes out. She doesn't quite get there. It'll drop at the far post. Christensen gets a second bite at it, and then it does fall for George. And it was a real chance, but she put it over the crossbar. That header is loose, and now it's a chance for Claire Emsley to get in behind. She does shoot, Earps parries. United slowly inching forwards. This ball is just a bit behind, but Grunen will pick it up now. Infield to Press. Just dropping more central. Look at that footwork to get some space for the shot. It's just flashed wide, but what a goal that would have been. Cross in towards the keeper, and it is headed home. And United do get that second goal, and it's the substitute, Kirsty Hansen. It was such an inviting ball in. And all Hansen had to do was hold off the attentions of the defender and nod it home from 2 or 3 yards. The final score here is Manchester United 2, Everton 0.
So here is confirmation. Chelsea are champions of the Barclays WSL. Manchester City and Arsenal make up the other two Champions League qualifying places. Manchester United so narrowly missing out. While at the other end, it is Bristol City who find themselves dropping down to the Championship. Well, Rachel, we've seen some really promising young talent across the WSL, but when it comes to Manchester United, Ella Toone, 21 years of age, she's had a really impressive season, hasn't she?
She has. She's been fantastic. I think from the first off, she scored some really important goals, and she seems to be always up there, either assisting or getting the goals. And you know, this one here, it's an absolutely fine finish. I mean, the way she watches that and slots it into the corner is brilliant. And obviously, you know, taking the corner, getting an assist. I think she's just always involved in key moments, which is fantastic. I'm sure Casey is very pleased with her.
Yeah, both Everton and Manchester United have had impressive seasons. They'll be looking to build on that next season, as will Leicester City, who make the jump from the Championship up to the WSL. How excited are you by what they might bring to this league?
Yeah, I think they've got a really, really, really positive team that they're bringing up. They've done really well, but just the off-pitch stuff, you know, the foundations of the club, you know, the training ground, the facilities, everything that they're going to bring. I think they're going to bring in some important signings, and they're going to be a force, definitely.
Yeah, competition in the WSL, that's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, too right. That's what we want. We want to make it stronger, make it more fun.
Yeah, well, it's certainly been fun here today with you, Rachel. Thank you very much for joining me on this final day of the WSL season. It has been a unique season. We have certainly missed all of you in the stadiums across the country with us. Hopefully, when we return next season, so will all of you. And who better to talk us through this campaign than a legend who made her final appearance here today, the one and only Farrah Williams. Bye for now. We are back. Welcome to the Women's Football Show as the WSL gets back underway. Season number 10.
That feels like a long time ago, doesn't it? And what a ride we've been on since then.
A special goal!
That's what I've been waiting for! We've welcomed some of the world's biggest names to our league.
The collection of talent that is the envy of the women's game.
But us old-timers can still do a bit too. Young-timers.
And it's Williams!
Fantastic from Fran Kirby.
You wouldn't expect anything less from her.
And while the time has come for some of us to say goodbye, plenty of homegrown talent has burst onto the scene.
Fabulous effort from Chloe Kelly.
Emily Salvador!
What a header that was from Hemp!
Of course, there have been some challenges along the way. But records have tumbled before our eyes. Transfer fees.
Pernilla Harder, that is world class.
Goal scoring machines. Is that me? No.
And Viviane Miedema, now the league's all-time top scorer.
And unbeaten streaks.
Chelsea extend their unbeaten run in the league to 33 matches.
It was the red half of Manchester that set the early pace.
Turn! And they go to the top of the table.
But in the end, Arsenal pipped them to the final seat at Europe's top table.
Fantastic header! Is this a momentum shift?
At the bottom, it was final day heartbreak for Bristol City.
Bristol City's 4-year stay in the Barclays FA Women's Super League has come to an end.
And it couldn't have been any tighter at the top.
It's a statement performance.
She is in sensational form.
And they're still going, they're still fighting in this title race.
But after 22 games, there could only be one winner.
Kirby! It's back-to-back league titles for Emma Hayes' Chelsea. They are England's best again.
So there we have it, another chapter for the WSL history book. What a journey it's been. Over and out.